Creating realistic pieces, it takes a lot of work of building layers, of trying to create that depth. And there's a lot of things to learn to be able to do that effectively and create beautiful pieces. But one element that I would like to address today is the idea of outlining everything when you start your project. I know a lot of artists who recommend pretty much outlining everything before you jump into your project. And I know of other artists who are like, okay, you never do that. Like, never outline anything. You just work on one thing at a time and don't do that. Today I want to cover just a couple of those things that I would outline and I wouldn't, or maybe I would kind of outline. First, if I do outline something, I'll usually do it fairly lightly. I don't want the line to become so prominent that it draws the focus away from whatever I'm burning. You probably want to outline things that you want to stand out, that will have a distinct look, a hard edge on them. The things I would outline, for example, is like a table or a building. So things like that, I will want to create lines around everything before I even jump into it. So some things like trees or leaves, things like that, I will sometimes put an outline on it before I start building the layers. I do want it to have its own distinct element in my piece where it stands out. Things that I would not outline, like almost ever, is things like grass, hair, people, things like that. If you outline them, they do not look realistic when you have your finished project. They don't have harsh lines when you see them in real life. So you definitely don't want them in your wood burning. Now, it really depends on what you're doing and what your end goal is, whether you'll want to outline it slightly or whether you're not. Those same elements that you might outline in one piece, you may not in another. For example, idea of creating depth in your piece. Things that are farther away, you burn lighter. They kind of start to fade away, right? There's less burn in them. So if you have a tree that's really far away, you do not want a really hard line around the trunk of the tree, because now you're making that tree trunk stand out and it's like really small, really far away in your piece, and it should be really light burns on that. So it makes it look like it's far. But the tree that's standing right there, right in front of you, right next to the person or wherever that tree is, that one you might then burn the dark lines on. You have the same object, but two different depths in your piece, and so you would do something different. Those are just a few ideas that I have kind of concluded with just years of burning. I really hope you can use it to create more realistic pieces.